Yes guys, welcome to the YouTube. This video is going to be all about what we got up to in 2024, the highs, the lows, and then we're going to move into our goal setting for 2025. But I just wanted to start this video by saying a massive thank you to everyone that's started watching our YouTube and started following our journey. So I think we actually started documenting on YouTube in March. At this time, I wasn't a professional athlete. I was a coach, an athlete for 247, but it wasn't kind of like my full-time career of trying to become and pursue being an athlete. But that's the route that I wanted to go down. So we thought we'd start documenting it so we could show the path and try and inspire others along the way. So like I said, thank you for watching, and hopefully there's more to come in 2025. So starting from the beginning, in January we did HYROX Manchester Pro Doubles with Mark Dean. We managed to secure the under 29s record for that, so that was pretty cool. Good start to the year. After that, I then trained for around about 2 months and then did my first pro debut without getting injured, and this was HYROX Glasgow, and I won that race with a time of 59.09. And then we went over to LA to run the LA Marathon with the 247 team. After that, I did a little bit of a training stint with Hunter. At the time, and still now to be fair, Hunter is one of my role models, so it was incredible to go over there and get some insights from him and train with him. And then I got roped into the speed project.
Will kindly give us a week notice, so so we've jumped in last minute.
It was the Secret Speed Project, and that was from Salt Lake City in Utah to Vegas, 440 miles, and our team actually won that.
These guys are fucking nuts.
So we ran that, I think it was 440 miles in 52 hours, which was pretty cool and great to be a part of. After that, we then focused on our running, so I managed to get a PB at the Manchester 10K. Then we flew over to New York. We won the New York HYROX.
From Manchester in Great Britain, make some noise for Jake Dearden. Ladies and gentlemen, again, 3 of the top 4 times in the entire men's pro circuit today.
The week later, or a couple of days later, we then flew to Nice, and then that's where we got our pro doubles world champs record. Well, yeah, we won the world championships for doubles, myself and Mark. So that was pretty cool and a pretty successful kind of start to the year. After that, I think a massive highlight was being picked up by Red Bull and managing to go over to their Athlete Performance Centre, just because it was a level up in kind of all I knew about training, nutrition, and everything else. Yeah, I got to spend a week with the best people on the planet and the most knowledgeable people on the planet. So after the HYROX World Championships, I decided that my weakness was running. So I decided to set a goal of running a sub 2:30 marathon. Whilst training for the marathon, I also flew over to Cape Town to compete in a HYROX Pro race, and we managed to win that with my current PB of 56 minutes and 53 seconds, I think. Then the week after, literally did the 2:28 marathon.
Tough. The crowd is amazing, the atmosphere.
It was a challenge, it was a struggle, but the training's paid off. We trained hard for this. A lot of people thought that I couldn't do this. A lot of people thought that I couldn't go 2:30. Some people were saying that I'm 3 to 4 years off. So to be able to do kind of like a 14-week training block and then get the sub 2:30, I made up.
So post my marathon, I actually picked up a back injury, and I struggled but managed to get myself through my first Elite 15 race, which was an incredible experience. We was, competing against the best, but I wasn't feeling my best at that time. And that back injury has actually gone on for some time. Like, I'm actually still suffering with it now a little bit. Since then, I've been doing everything I can to try and get back up to fitness. And I think we actually did have a trip to Dubai with Whoop as well to do some cool activations.
So was there a specific moment in 2024 that made you realise how far you've come as an athlete?
I think being able to go full time and put all my efforts into becoming an athlete was kind of like the transition point of me realising that, you know, this is what I want my future to be. And then the realisation when you do so much travelling as well, like it's incredible the amount of travel that we do, which I absolutely love because I'm a massive fan. I get to see, you know, amazing places. But yeah, I think that was the main realisation.
So looking back over the year, is there anything you would have done differently?
I probably would have been a little bit smarter with my planning. You know, doing 2 HYROX races and a marathon within 3 weeks isn't most optimal, especially for your health. But looking back, I probably wouldn't change it because I think it was just a cool experience. You know, them 3 weeks were like some of the best weeks of my life, like literally travelling to Cape Town, exploring Cape Town, racing, competing, winning that, then going to Berlin with all the lads, running the marathon, and then after that going doing an Elite 15 race. Like, what a 3 weeks that was. Would I change it? Would I, you know, I don't know. Even though I did get injured off the back of it, I don't know if I'd change it.
What's inspired you this year, or is there anyone specifically that's inspired you this year?
I think for fitness, it's been a huge year. Like, fitness has kind of like transformed a lot of people's lives, but there's also been a lot of big key players that have inspired me. Looking back, I think in the HYROX world, I think James Kelly is an incredible athlete. I think his consistency throughout all races and his kind of, you know, determination to get to the top is inspiring for not just me but everyone within HYROX. So that's on kind of like HYROX note. I think the ultra running world is incredible. I think the likes of William Googe doing the Moab 240, you know, him being able to do that was incredible. The likes of Ned Brockman running 1,000 miles around the track was in 12 days is, you know, insane. The fact that he just ran on average 160 kilometers every single day for 12 days is crazy. You guys have inspired me. When I turn up to 247 events, Puma events, Red Bull events, and I see you guys, I chat to you and see what you've been up to. Whether it's getting a 10k PB, whether it's doing your first HYROX, or whether it's doing some mad shit like running the entire distance of the country. Yeah, it's insane. I've even heard of people, you know, cycling from country to country. It's inspiring. Keep doing what you're doing.
So how do you stay motivated?
So I think setting goals is super important to stay motivated, but these goals need to mean something to you. You can't just set random goals because if you don't achieve them, you're not going to be that bothered if you don't achieve them. These goals have to mean something to you. It has to be something that you want to do, and if you find the correct goals, then you're going to be able to stay motivated throughout training for it.
Okay, so transitioning to the year ahead, 2025, what are your main goals and why are they important?
So the main goal, and this is the priority, is getting into the HYROX Elite 15 for the World Championships. Currently, I'm not in the Elite 15. I'm actually 19th, so I'd be relying on at least 4 people to drop out for me to get into that race. So I don't know if that's going to happen. If it does happen, then I'll be there and I'll be fit for Vegas. If that doesn't happen, then basically what I need to do, I need to get back in the Elite 15, and I need to do that by getting a really good time. So I'm going to be competing at Manchester. I'm going to be competing at either Vegas, like we just mentioned, if I get a dropout, or New Zealand, and then I'll probably be doing a European one early Feb. And these will be my 3 chances to try and get a fast time to then qualify for Glasgow, which is mid-March, I think it is. Failing that, then I'm going to go to the last challenge qualifier in Barcelona and try and run a qualifying time there. So that'll be the aim for the Elite 15.
What if you don't get into the Elite 15 this year?
So that's a good question because it could happen. Like, I could put all my eggs in one basket, try for the Elite 15 and still not get in. It could be my fault, it could be an external factor that I can't, decide. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna have my hopes on just the Elite 15 and that's it. Like, if that doesn't happen, then there's still more to life. There's still other things that we can do. Another HYROX goal is to get into the Elite 15 doubles. So I'm going to have a stab at that. In terms of running specific goals, I want to improve my 5 and 10k. So aiming for around 15.5 minutes for my 5k, and I want to get sub 33 minute 10k, which at the moment I'm probably, I'm 34.5 minutes, so taking a minute and a half off. So improve on that. In terms of other goals, more exciting goals, I'd probably say that I want to do another speed project. Looking back, that time period was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Like, it was just such a cool environment, such a cool group of people, and just the whole challenge was incredible. So I'd love to do another one of them, but that's unplanned yet. And then we are looking at doing a big challenge. This is mainly to raise money for charity, to inspire people, and to test kind of like our mental and physical strength. So at the moment, that's being planned, and we're going to plan that for late 2025. But like I mentioned, they're not going to be done unless I get into this Elite 15. Like, that's my main goal and main priority.
The speed project, it's invite only, so what if you don't get into that?
Well, if I don't get in, I'm going to make my own speed project. I'm going to make my own team. I'm going to make my own competitors, and I'll put it out there, and we'll do our own speed project.
Is it going to be invite only?
Depends. I'll probably invite the public.
Is there anything about the big challenge that you've mentioned so far that you can actually say what it might involve?
No, we can't say anything about the big challenge. Yeah, it's top secret. But it will require a little bit of training. Well, a lot of training. It will require a lot of training, and it will be challenging. And it's going to test us mentally and physically. In terms of traveling, I absolutely love traveling. So there's a couple of places that I want to see and that are on my bucket list. I've never ever been to Australia. I'd absolutely love to go. I'd love to spend more time in America as well. So, visiting different states, maybe doing a couple of challenges over there where I get to see the landscape. That'd be pretty cool. And then I'd love to go back to Thailand as well. Thailand was one of my favourite places. I think we went about 7 years ago, I think. So I'd love to go back.
So is there any advice that you'd give to your younger self?
So I've got a couple actually. So the first one, which is pretty cliche really, surround yourself with the people that you want to become. I think that's true, and it's super important. So make sure that your circle and your close circle is full of inspiring people. Secondly, I'd probably say that you can learn from anyone. So you don't have to go to the experts in the field to learn from them. Like, you can learn from anyone and take advice from anyone. Obviously, you need to filter out the bullshit. Like, you need to make sure that the advice that you're taking on board is good, but you can take that from anyone. And my third piece of advice would be to prioritise more time towards your goals. The reason we made this video is to get you to think about your 2025 goals. I want you to have a think, I want you to go big, and I want you to put them in the comments below. We're going to wrap up this video here, so thank you for watching, and all the best for 2025. The next YouTube video we're going to do is going to be at the Red Bull Athlete Performance Centre in Austria. We actually filmed this a couple of weeks ago, but it's going to be out in January. So thank you all for watching. See you in 2025.